Now that I'm stranded in the Philippines, I don't have much to do other than flying my drone. So a week or two ago, I made a video where I learned how to do a hyperlapse. I'll try and link that here. And I've been playing around with it, and today I'm going to share some tips that I've learned so far. I tried out this Litchi app and I'm amazed at how versatile the waypoint function in the app is. So you only need this if you have the Mavic Pro 1. I think the Mavic Pro 2 has this built in. This is a paid app, by the way. So waypoints is basically setting a route for the drone to fly automatically. This makes the video smooth and allows you to get the most footage out of your drone battery. The DJI Go app also has waypoint functions, but you need to fly to each specific location to set the waypoint. The DJI app, you can plan the waypoints beforehand by setting the location and the elevation of each waypoint. This is awesome because it incorporates a vertical and horizontal curve. There's so many possibilities. You can go up, down, left, right, left, up, right, down. There's some nice clouds rolling in. Why don't I just show you? Okay, so I'll start by opening the Litchi app. Top left corner, I'm gonna go to FPV, I'm gonna tap waypoints. This will bring up a map. I'll just zoom out to see where I am. I'm gonna go tap, tap, tap. Set the location for where the drone should be. Then I'm gonna tap on each waypoint and I'm gonna set the elevation 120 meters, which is the legal limit here in Philippines. Okay, then I'm gonna set waypoint 2, I'm gonna change to 60. Then I'm gonna go to waypoint 3. I'm gonna do this one very low because it's over the ocean. Let's make it 10 meters. Let's go back to the map. I'm gonna change the orientation a little bit. I'm gonna go to waypoint 2. I'm gonna change the curve size to as big as possible because I want a nice curve. On the right corner, you see next to the lock is a location with a yellow plus. This will enable where you can set a point where the camera should look at. So I'm just gonna make that out towards the ocean, and I'm gonna change the height to about, let's say, 20 meters. Then I'm gonna tell the mission it should always look towards this point. Now I'm gonna look at the bottom left. It says how far the mission flight is and how long it's gonna take. Now I know I can get around 20 minutes to 25 minutes with my drone. By the way, I'm flying the Mavic Pro 1. This should be similar if you're flying the 2, or you'll probably just have a better result. But then I'm gonna play with the speed to get the most footage out of my battery for my hyperlapse. Alright, so then I'm gonna make it 2.9 kilometers per hour, which is gonna give me 28 minutes of flight time. So now it's time to launch the drone. Okay, so I'm fly to the location where the drone's gonna do the hyperlapse. I'm gonna start the hyperlapse. Then when I get to that point, I'm gonna hit this play button and I'm gonna hit go. So now it's currently flying the mission, and I don't need to do anything. Okay, so I forgot to mention about interval. If you're shooting JPEG and RAW, you get a minimum of 10-second interval. With the Litchi app, you get 5 seconds. This is awesome because your shot is way smooth and you get way more frames for your hyperlapse, which means you get a way longer hyperlapse. You can also go into the DJI app and set it to shoot JPEG only. This can give you a 2 seconds. This will be good because it will be a longer hyperlapse, but I don't recommend it because you lose a lot of editing power. Okay, so the hyperlapse is about halfway. I can see I still have about 12 or 13 minutes left of flight time. That means it's working out pretty well. But I'll show you some of my sunset hyperlapses just straight after I edit this one. Okay, I have 25% left. It's almost finished with the hyperlapse. So then I'm gonna bring it in for a landing. Okay, awesome. Just at critical battery I landed. Okay, so now I'm gonna edit the hyperlapse and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Now for this shot, I shot in RAW and JPEG because I specifically want to show you what big of a difference it makes shooting in RAW. So I'm going to split the screen in half, going one JPEG and one RAW, so you can see what the difference is. Another tip I can share is when you fly in sunset, always set your exposure to be a little bit overexposed. When you're flying in sunrise, always underexpose it so that you don't end up with too much or not enough light. And then when you edit it, I started editing the middle image, the center image. So let's say you have 100 images, I would edit image number 50. Or if you have 200 images, I would edit image number 100. This is like a perfect balance for the exposure, because if it changes location or even if there's clouds rolling over, this is like the perfect spot to represent the entire timeline. Now here's a few other hyperlapses as promised. So one last tip I can give is to make your hyperlapses a little bit longer. When you import it to After Effects and create the composition, set the composition to 24 frames a second instead of 30 frames a second. So let's say you have a hyperlapse of 200 pictures. At 30 frames a second, that will give you 6.66 seconds of footage. If you set it to 24 frames a second, you would get 8.33 seconds of hyperlapse footage. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Hit that like button if you liked it. Comment below if you learned something new. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. Then I guess I'll see you in the next one.